Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Heartland Championship Wrestling. My name is Dave Little, and we are coming to you live from the Dave Cave with this wrestling broadcast brought to you by the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. My name is Dave Little, and we are coming to you live from the Dave Cave with this wrestling broadcast brought to you by the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. And pardon the technical difficulties, but we are here and ready to roll. These matches are conducted using the Legends of Wrestling cards and dice game produced by Filsinger Games at filsingergames.com. You can check out the link in the description to this video if you're interested in learning more. Tonight we will be bringing you 3 matches from our weekly house show from Phoenix, Arizona this week. We've already seen some great matches to start the show. A couple of Ring of Honor singles matches to kick things off. Mike Bennett and Adam Cole coming away victorious in their matches. A very entertaining ladies match saw Rockin' Robin victorious over Sarah Del Rey. And in NWA tag team action, it was the team of David and Kerry Von Erich with an outstanding victory over Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. Our last match was a grudge match long in the making between tag team partners Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards, the American Wolves. The Wolves had fallen on hard times in recent weeks after a couple of frustrating defeats, and finally they decided to settle their frustrations by stepping into the ring against one another to see if they could settle the score. It was Davey Richards who dominated that match, using his stiff array of kicks and strikes to pummel Eddie Edwards into submission and finish him off with the ankle lock. After the decision, there was continued hostilities between the two men, but before things could break down any further, Davey Richards was attacked in the ring by 2 newcomers to the Ring of Honor tag team scene, the Beer City Bruiser and Brian Milonis, collectively known as the Bouncers. The Bouncers pummeled Davey Richards, and surprisingly enough, it was Eddie Edwards who got up off the canvas and came to the rescue of his former tag team partner, and Eddie and Davey successfully beat back the attack from the Bouncers and had somewhat of a reunification in the fallout from that attack. So interesting things that we have just seen. And now we have 3 matches remaining on tonight's card. The first match will be a tag team match for the number 1 contenders position for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship. This match will pit the team of the Briscoe brothers, Jay and Mark, against the team known as The Addiction. That being Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian. The winner of this match will move on to a title shot against the current Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin. Following this match, we'll see an NWA singles contest pitting Dusty Rhodes, the popular one, against Nick Bockwinkel. And in our main event of the evening, it will be the Heartland Ladies Tag Team Champions, as the champions, Shayna Baszler and Nicole Savoy, defend their titles against the team known as the Killer Death Machines, Jessicka, Havok, and Nevaeh. So welcome to today's broadcast. Relax, grab yourself a cold one, and enjoy the show. And we're going to kick things off with tag team action. Jay and Mark Briscoe facing Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian. And based on the roll of the die, it looks like Mark Briscoe will be starting things off for his team against Christopher Daniels for The Addiction. And it will be Daniels taking control to start things off. He delivers a running neck breaker to Briscoe, and Briscoe goes down. Can he make the tag? No. Daniels on level 2 offense delivers a whip to the turnbuckle. Briscoe into the turnbuckle. He is a turnbuckle B, and on a roll of 10, it will be Briscoe coming off of the turnbuckle, and Daniels nails him with a running high knee, putting Briscoe down to the canvas. Mark goes down, and Christopher Daniels is in control on level 3 offense. he goes for the fall from grace. That is a level 3, but it requires a choice H maneuver, which is, in Briscoe's case, a death jump roll. And on a roll of 11, Daniels hits it cleanly. Daniels hits that move cleanly. And he has the pin opportunity. Briscoe's pin rating is only a 1, so he won't be pinned on the first roll. But he will add a point of fatigue, and Christopher Daniels is in control. Daniels in control against Mark Briscoe. And he pitches Briscoe out of the ring. That might not be a good idea given the brawler that Mark Briscoe is. And Briscoe's out of the ring roll, however, is not good. It is a 10, and even on an A rating, that is going to be Christopher Daniels coming out of the ring and bashing Briscoe headfirst onto the steel ring steps. Daniels could be disqualified for that, but he passes his disqualification roll, and Briscoe is forced to stagger back into the ring. Kazarian has him set up. They're going to do a double team. We go to the double team chart for Daniels and Kazarian. And on a roll of 10, Daniels holds Mark Briscoe while Kazarian comes off the rope with a deadly elbow smash. That's only going to get him a level 2. So Kazarian now has level 2 offense against Mark Briscoe. Kazarian delivers the Back to the Future. Oh, and Briscoe goes down hard, and that's going to cost him another point of fatigue, and Mark Briscoe is down. Jay Briscoe at ringside is getting anxious, but he cannot yet get into the ring to tag his partner. Kazarian still in control as Mark Briscoe is down. Kazarian delivers a death jump. He's going to go to the top rope, and he comes off with a roll of 3, and that is not good for Kazarian. As Kazarian comes off the top rope with an awesome cross body block, but Briscoe rolls through, covers him for the pinfall. The pin roll is a 4, and he got him. Oh my goodness. Just like that, Mark Briscoe got out of harm's way and defeated Frankie Kazarian by rolling through a death jump into a pinning predicament. Kazarian never saw that one coming, and Mark Briscoe catches the 3 count. What a tremendous victory for Mark Briscoe as he rolls through the death jump and pins Kazarian for the victory. So with that, it will be Mark and Jay Briscoe moving on to a tag team championship match against the world's greatest tag team. And that will be a fine, fine contest coming up for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship. Hello, Al, Red Sox fan. Welcome to the chat. Good to see you. Al put on some fine, fine wrestling shows last night using the wrestling dice game, and I am inspired to check that out. Although the amount of time and energy I have invested in Filsinger games, as you can see, I've been at this for a good 12 and a half years now with this federation and enjoying it very much. But good to see you, Al, and thanks for the Ernie Ladd match last night especially. Your next contest will be an NWA singles match, a throwback match to days gone by in the National Wrestling Alliance with Dusty Rhodes squaring off against Nick Bockwinkel. 2 legendary competitors trying to work their way up the ranks in the NWA singles division. Randy Savage is your NWA heavyweight champion, and both Dusty and Bockwinkel would love to climb the ladder and get to the top of the mountain and challenge Savage for the heavyweight title. Nick Bockwinkel is accompanied at ringside by Bobby the Brain Heenan, and we'll see if Heenan has any shenanigans up his sleeve for tonight's contest. Game looks beautiful. Thank you, Al. I appreciate that. Now, since I've got you here, Al, I did get one piece of feedback with my first broadcast that said that they thought the camera angle was a little weird and it looked like I was playing the game up against a wall or something. So any feedback you have on the game setup or the tabletop setup or the camera angles or anything, I'm happy to hear from you. But thanks so much for coming. And now we have Rhodes taking on Bockwinkel. And the opening roll goes in the favor of Bockwinkel. He will start things off. And he starts off with an armbar. But Dusty gets a level 1 reversal. And Dusty comes back with a standing ankle twist. Dazed 1. Rhodes still trying to gain control. Grabs Nick Bockwinkel into a headlock and delivers a stiff punch, and then throws Bockwinkel off to the ropes. Bockwinkel comes off the ropes, and on a roll of 7, and ropes A, he bounces off and comes off the ropes from the other side. And this time, Bockwinkel bounces again, and on the third time he comes back. Dusty Rhodes gets into a position for a back body drop, but Bockwinkel knees him in the head, picks him up, and slams him down to the canvas with an awesome pile driver. Bockwinkel quickly taking control on that mistake by Dusty Rhodes. And Bockwinkel is going to go to choke Rhodes on the ropes. And Dusty is down and in trouble early. Bockwinkel, showing no mercy, continues to choke him on the ropes. Count of 1, 2, and Bockwinkel breaks the chokehold, but he's going to try a cover on Dusty Rhodes here in the early going, and he almost got him. Dusty barely kicked out. His pin rating is 2, and on a roll of 3, Dusty barely kicks out, and Bockwinkel is firmly in control. Bobby Heenan at ringside is very happy about that. Bockwinkel now is going to go for the knee smash to the back. That is going to require an agility roll of 9 or better to complete that move. And he completes the move, and he's going to go for another cover. This time the pin is a 3, and the pin roll is a 10, so Dusty kicks out of that one easily. I don't think Bockwinkel really thought he could pin Dusty this early in the match, but he's just trying to wear him down and stay in control of the big man, because once Dusty Rhodes gets the offense going, it's going to be Katie bar the door. Bockwinkel continues to work at a slow pace. He's going to go for another knee smash to the back. He connects again. And this time Dusty is going to roll out of the ring. Dusty is a dangerous man out of the ring with a ring rating of A. And on a roll of 7, Dusty pulls Bockwinkel out of the ring. And this is the roll that I call best man wins. The wrestler with the better ring rating wins the brawl on the outside of the ring. And that would be Dusty Rhodes with that ring A rating. So Rhodes takes over on level 3 offense. Dusty goes with a big elbow drop, and that's a pin move. 0 finisher. Bockwinkel's pinned on a 2, but he kicks out of that one easily. That cost Bockwinkel a point of fatigue, and Dusty now has the crowd in his favor. He is pumping his arms in the air, getting the fans here at Phoenix Veterans Memorial Coliseum pumped up as Dusty comes off with the sleeper hold. Bockwinkel gets to his feet, and Dusty locks on the sleeper. But Bockwinkel is able to escape that and get back to his feet to the far ropes. Bockwinkel back on his feet. Dusty still in control on level 2 offense. And he spins the hands around and hits Bockwinkel with the bionic elbow. And that is an automatic point of fatigue. That is an add 1 move. Bockwinkel is still at hurt 2. Bobby the Brain Heenan getting agitated at ringside. He's thinking about sticking his nose into things. And Dusty looks at him with a warning like, you stick your nose in my business and you'll be the next one to taste the bionic elbow. Rhodes still in control. Goes with the flip, flop, and fly, that high flying elbow drop. And he connects for the hurt 2. Flip, flop, and fly again, hurt 2. Rhodes with a knee joint scissor lock. Takes Bockwinkel down to the canvas and begins to work the leg. Bockwinkel continues to be hurt. And Dusty stays on level 2. He's working that scissor lock. And finally, Bockwinkel gets the level 2 reversal. Bockwinkel finally escapes that scissor lock. And he comes back and lifts Dusty high in the air with a back suplex. Down goes Rhodes to the canvas hard. Bockwinkel covers him again. The pin roll is 4. And on a roll of 10, Dusty kicks out of that with authority. Heenan cheering his man on as Bockwinkel methodically tries to pick apart Dusty Rhodes, slowing the momentum of that rally. And now it's going to be Bockwinkel who locks on the figure 4 leg lock. This is one of his favorite finishing moves. It is a +1 finisher. So on a roll of 6 or lower, Dusty is going to be forced to tap out. And the pin roll is 9. Dusty manages to get to the bottom rope and break the hold, but he is clearly in tough shape now. Bockwinkel in control. What's he going to do? He's going to go and pitch Dusty out of the ring. No, he's not going to do that. There is an option on the Filsinger game cards. This card reading is out of the ring with a C in parentheses, meaning Bockwinkel does not have to throw Dusty Rhodes out of the ring. He has a choice, and his choice is to go up a level on the chart and execute a level 2 offensive maneuver. So rather than pitch Dusty out of the ring, Bockwinkel smartly keeps him in the ring and goes with another back suplex, high into the air and down hard. Rhodes slow to get to his feet. Bockwinkel remains in control. Bockwinkel with a butt drop to the leg, working that leg once again. Dazed 1. Rhodes trying to get his wits back about him. Bockwinkel with a snapmare, and Dusty hits the level 2 reversal. Dusty Rhodes takes over on level 2 offense, coming back with a drop kick, and Bockwinkel is staggered backwards. Rhodes now with another flip, flop, and fly. He goes for the cover. The pin rating is a 4, and on a roll of 5, Bockwinkel barely kicks out. Bobby Heenan has seen enough. He is going to interfere. We've got the Bobby the Brain Heenan manager card here, and he is going to use his interference for the match. And on a roll of 6, Heenan trips up the opponent, allowing his wrestler to attack from behind. Heenan's wrestler rolls on level 2 offense. So the distraction from Bobby the Brain is successful as Dusty Rhodes looks out of the ring at Heenan, and Bockwinkel gets to his feet and attacks from behind with a back suplex. And down goes Dusty. Drop toe hold 2. Dusty hurt 2. Bud dropped a leg again, hurt 2. Bockwinkel still working the leg. He goes with another drop toe hold, hurt 2. Nick Bockwinkel very methodically slowing down the pace of this match with another drop toe hold, and this time it's Dusty Rhodes with a level 2 reversal. Rhodes comes back with a vertical suplex, hurt 2. Rhodes with a whip to the turnbuckle. Bockwinkel is a turnbuckle A, and on a turnbuckle roll of 8, Rhodes comes into the corner and smashes Bockwinkel with a big kick, and Rhodes takes over on level 2 offense. Rhodes now with another flip, flop, and fly, and Bockwinkel is down. Rhodes on level 3 offense goes for the sleeper. It's the sleeper once again. Bockwinkel is staggered, but he is going to tumble out of the ring and take his chances on the arena floor. What's going to happen here? And on a ring B, the roll of 5, Dusty Rhodes comes out of the ring to continue the fight, but Bockwinkel grabs him and smashes him onto the announcer's table with an awesome specialty move. He slammed Dusty Rhodes onto the table with a back suplex. Dusty is shaken up. Dick Bockwinkel could be disqualified for that. The DQ roll is 5, and Bockwinkel gets away with it. And Bockwinkel is going to take over back in the ring on level 3 offense. The referee showing some leniency here as both these men are more than happy to brawl outside the ring. Bockwinkel now goes for the sleeper. The Bockwinkel sleeper. This is a devastating move. This is a +2 finisher. So Dusty Rhodes is going to have to give it up on a roll of 8 or lower. And he got him. Oh my goodness. The roll was 5. Rhodes needed an 8 or better to get out of the Bockwinkel sleeper, and Rhodes passes out in the center of the ring. That distraction by Bobby the Brain Heenan gave Bockwinkel the opening he needed to take control of this match, do some damage on the arena floor, and lock on the Bockwinkel sleeper for the victory. Oh my goodness, what a colossal match that was, as Dusty Rhodes tastes defeat at the hands of Nick Bockwinkel and, more importantly, Bobby Heenan as a result of the sleeper. Heenan earned his money on this occasion. Welcome to the chat room, Amos Elvish. Good to see you here, sir. Hope you're enjoying the match. The fans are screaming in disgust here in Phoenix. So says Amish Elvis. And indeed, Phoenix is Rhodes country just like every place else on planet Earth. Anybody with a brain and a pulse would be rooting for Dusty Rhodes in that situation against Nick Bockwinkel, especially with the controversial Bobby Heenan at ringside. But on this occasion, it was Heenan paying his dividends to give Bockwinkel the opening he needed to secure the victory via the Bockwinkel sleeper. All right, fans, it's time now for our main event of the evening. The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 45-minute time limit, and this is for the Heartland Ladies Tag Team Championships. Introducing first the champions, the team of Nicole, Savoy, and Shayna Baszler from Shimmer. Also representing Shimmer, your challengers, collectively known as the Killer Death Machines. two natives of the great state of Ohio, Jessicka Havok and her tag team partner, Nevaeh. All right, fans, this is a championship tag team match. The champions, Shayna Baszler and Nicole Savoy, recently survived a brutal series of matches against the beautiful people, Velvet Sky and Madison Rayne, to secure the Heartland Ladies Tag Team Championship belts. The challengers, the beautiful people, demanded a rematch, but Shayna and Nicole refused that rematch until they set up a gauntlet match for the number one contenders. And Velvet and Madison Rayne were not able to survive the gauntlet match. It was Jessicka Havok and Nevaeh, the Killer Death Machines, who came out victorious from that gauntlet and earned the title match in today's show. Amish Elvis is picking the challengers for the win. That's a bold prediction, Elvis, with considering the abilities collectively of these two MMA trained ladies, Shayna Baszler and Nicole Savoy. And on the opening dice roll, it will be Nicole Savoy starting things off for the champions against Nevaeh for the challengers. This Killer Death Machines team is a very cohesive tag team unit. They have been teaming for a long, long time, since their training days back in Ohio. Nevaeh, as you may know, is the wife of Jake Christ, part of the OI4K stable, now known as Ohio versus Everything in Impact Wrestling. Nevaeh and Jake have been together since they were high school sweethearts and wrestling partners at a very young age, have two beautiful children together, married. Jake is a wonderful guy. I got to know Jake when we both worked at Wright State University in Dayton. And so his tag team partner, Jessicka Havok, is a big and dangerous opponent known as the Death Machine and the longtime girlfriend of OVE member Sami Callihan. So Jessicka and Nevaeh, two very close-knit individuals here, taking on the champions with a chance to secure the Heartland Ladies Tag Team Championship. And on the opening roll, it is Nicole Savoy who takes control. Nicole goes with the snapmare, and that's a dazed one, and Nevaeh already has the opportunity to tag, but she cannot make the tag. Nicole on level 1 hits another snapmare, and Nevaeh once again has the opportunity to tag. That's a 2-6 for the defensive tag in Filsinger games. And on a roll of 7, Nevaeh is unable to make the tag. Nicole Savoy stays on level 1 offense, and now she goes with the head to the turnbuckle. That's a power move, and she hits it. Hurt 2. Nicole on level 2 offense goes with the butterfly suplex, and that is a down 3. Nicole taking control early against Nevaeh, and she's going to throw Nevaeh out of the ring. Nevaeh is a ring B, and on a roll of 6, that is what I call the best man wins, or the best woman wins. And in this case, Nicole Savoy has a ring rating of A, so she will stay in control. And she's going to bring Shayna into the ring for a double team. And on the double team chart, a roll of 5 is a devastating double team move, a double clothesline by Nicole and Shayna. And that amounts to a point of fatigue for Nevaeh, already starting things off. The MMA ladies are in control. The champions have the advantage. And Nevaeh desperately needs to get out and tag her partner, Jessicka Havok. But Shayna is going to lock her into a knee bar submission maneuver. And this will be a roll of 4 or less to get a submission. And on a roll of 8, Nevaeh makes her way to the far ropes and manages to encourage the referee to break the hold. But Nevaeh is in trouble here, and Shayna is in control. Shayna now goes with a power bomb, a devastating power bomb. Hurt 2. Ankle lock. Hurt 2. Shayna still playing the submission game from her MMA training days. Back kick by Shayna, and that's a hurt 2 tag. Can Nevaeh make the tag? On a roll of 7, she cannot make the tag. That's going to open the door for another double team by the MMA ladies. And on a roll of 6, the MMA ladies lift the opponent high in the air and deliver an awesome double neck breaker. So Nicole comes into the ring on level 3 offense. and she goes to the front guillotine choke, and this is going to be a submission roll. The submission roll is a 5, and on a roll of 5, we're going to have our first pin save attempt. Jessicka's going to come into the ring and attempt the pin save, and on a roll of 2, Jessicka hits the ring and interferes in a big way. Roll on the wrestler interference chart. Jessicka Havok comes in and starts wreaking havoc on both opponents. We're going to go to the outside interference chart, and on a roll of 8, it is Jessicka who hammers Nicole, distracts the referee, and breaks the pin count. The referee finally restores order and orders Jessicka out of the ring, and Nicole will maintain control on level 3 offense. That's another point of fatigue for Nevaeh, and that is the first pin save for the Killer Death Machines. I use these 4-sided dice to keep track of the pin saves. Each team is allowed 2 pin saves or manager interferences or distractions per match, and so we knock that down to 1 now for the Killer Death Machines, as Nicole Savoy is still in control against Nevaeh, and Nevaeh desperately needs to get out of the ring before this thing is over. And Nicole is going to go again to the front guillotine choke. That's a down 3, but another tag opportunity, and this time on a roll of 5, Nevaeh escapes to tag in Jessicka Havok. My goodness, Nevaeh took some punishment, but she survived the onslaught, and her partner Jessicka has hit the ring, and she is looking for revenge against Nicole Savoy. Jessicka comes in with a snap suplex, hurt 2. Jessicka with a standing lariat, down 3. Oh my goodness, what a lariat by Jessicka Havok. Nicole Savoy rolls out of the ring, and we're going to go to the out of the ring chart. We have Bob B in the chat room. Welcome, Bob. And on a roll of A10, Jessicka Havok comes out of the ring and bashes Nicole Savoy with a steel chair. We may see a disqualification here. Jessicka Havok has a very high DQ rating of 6, and on a roll of 11, they let her get away with it. So Jessicka is now in control, and Nicole is in trouble. Level 3, it's going to be the buckle bomb by Jessicka. She needs a choice G roll to complete the buckle bomb. And choice G is either a death jump or a power roll. So the power roll would be a 7, and the death jump roll is a B. And in that case, I usually use the death jump chart. So Jessicka attempting the buckle bomb, and on a roll of 9, she connects. And that is, again, on level 3 offense for Jessicka. And Jessicka pitches Nicole out of the ring, and the brawl is going to go back to the arena floor. Both ladies have A ratings on their out of the ring chart, and on a roll of 4, both wrestlers have to roll disqualification. This is a wild brawl outside of the ring. Nicole Savoy rolls a 7. She is not disqualified. Jessicka rolls an 11. She's not disqualified. So in this case, it goes to a single die roll. On an even roll, Nicole wins the brawl. Odd roll goes to Jessicka. And on a roll of 6, Nicole Savoy wins the brawl, and she immediately comes back into the ring and tags in Shayna Baszler. Smart move by Nicole. She doesn't want to be out on the arena floor with Jessicka for too long. Jessicka, a very, very formidable competitor, 6 foot tall, 170 pounds, out of Canton, Ohio, dwarfing both of these MMA ladies. And it is Shayna now facing off against Jessicka. And Shayna immediately takes Jessicka down with the arm bar. Good move by Shayna. She caught Jessicka coming back through the ropes, took her down with the arm bar. This is going to be a submission on a 3 or lower, and Jessicka manages to get free of that. But that's going to cost her a fatigue point. And the champions are once again back in control using the submission game. Shayna now goes to the knee bar. This is another submission roll of 4 or lower, and Jessicka survives that. Shayna working her submission magic. And now it's going to be a corner splash by Shayna. That is going to require a death jump roll to complete. And on a roll of 9, she connects for a level 3 move. And the defensive roll is a hurt 2. So Shayna on level 2 offense against Jessicka goes with a whip to the turnbuckle. Jessicka, turnbuckle A. And on a roll of 6, Jessicka lifts the knee into Shayna's head as Shayna charges in. And Jessicka takes over on level 2 offense. Alert move by Jessicka to take control. And she goes with that devastating standing lariat, hurt 2. Into the turnbuckle now goes Shayna Baszler. And on a roll of 11, Shayna bounces forward off the turnbuckle, and Jessicka Havok annihilates her with a running clothesline. Jessicka on level 3 offense now, and she pitches Shayna out of the ring. Shayna is not quite the out-of-the-ring brawler that her partner is. Shayna is a B, and on a B7, that's the roll I call the helpless crawl. Shayna crawls helplessly back into the ring where Jessicka is waiting for another move on level 3 offense. And it's once again a pitch out of the ring. Now, when a person gets pitched out of the ring twice in a row, I will roll for a double countout on a roll of snake eyes. So if we get snake eyes here, this will be a double countout. This is a house rule that I made up all by myself. And on a roll of 4, nothing happens, and it's going to be Shayna rolling on the standard level B out of the ring charge. And on a roll of 10, Jessicka comes out of the ring and bashes Shayna with a steel chair. My goodness, Jessicka is wreaking havoc here. And on the DQ roll of a 7, she gets away with it once again. Shayna crawls back into the ring. Jessicka brings Nevaeh into the ring for a double team. And on a level 3 double team of 8, they lift the opponent high into the air for an awesome double neck breaker. And now it's Nevaeh who will have level 3 offense against Shayna Baszler. And Nevaeh goes to the backpack stunner. That is her finisher. It's a +1. And on a roll of 4 or lower, Shayna Baszler is pinned. And the roll is a 7, so Shayna kicks out of that. But for the first time tonight, the champions have taken a fatigue point. Nevaeh still in control. And she hits the backpack stunner a second time. This time the pin roll is 5. And on a pin chance of 5, Nicole is going to hit the ring and try for the pin save. And on a roll of 6, Nicole tries to get into the ring, and she successfully breaks the pin count. So that is a successful pin save for Nicole. Both teams now are down to 1 pin save. And Nevaeh is still in control on level 3 offense. And as Shayna is being put out of the ring, Nevaeh and Jessicka are going to attempt a double team move against Shayna. And on a roll of 7, that is successful. They throw Shayna into the ropes and into a crushing double clothesline. That brings Jessicka into the ring for a level 3 offensive move. And she is going to go to the buckle bomb once again. That's going to require a death jump roll. That's successful. And the defense roll is 3, which is a hurt 2. Jessicka on level 2 offense against Shayna. This has turned into a tremendous competitive struggle between these two teams. Jessicka goes with the sidewalk slam. Down 3, and Shayna Baszler will leave the ring. And on a roll of 2, Shayna grabs Jessicka by the leg and slams her into the turnbuckle post. And that puts Shayna in control on level 3 offense. Both ladies back in the ring. Both ladies are hurting, but now it is Shayna Baszler in control after reversing that situation outside the ring. Shayna with the knee bar. The knee bar on Jessicka. The submission roll is 5. And when they're down to their last submission roll, this is a championship match. So we're going to try for the pin save for Nevaeh. And on a roll of 6, Nevaeh successfully saves her partner from submitting to the knee bar. But that is the last pin save that the Killer Death Machines have available. Shayna is now going to tag Nicole into the match. Nicole is the fresh wrestler in the match, and she has level 3 offense against Jessicka. And she is going to go right to the Dragon Suplex. That is her finisher. It is a +1 move. So the pin roll is 7 or lower, and the Killer Death Machines will be pinned. And on a roll of 3, she got her. A fine tag team defense by the MMA ladies, Shayna Baszler and Nicole Savoy. And that ends when Savoy comes into the ring fresh and drops Jessicka Havok with the Dragon Suplex and the 3 count for the victory. So your winners, and still the reigning and defending Heartland Ladies Tag Team Champions, Shayna Baszler and Nicole Savoy. What an exciting main event we have seen as these two ladies tag teams went toe-to-toe for a very competitive matchup. And on a couple of occasions it looks like the Killer Death Machines had the chances to take the belts. but Shayna Baszler survived a couple of pinning predicaments. Nicole saved her partner on one occasion, and it was Nicole Savoy coming into the ring fresh to finish off Jessicka for the pinfall and the successful tag team title defense for the MMA ladies. All right, fans, that concludes today's action here from Phoenix from the Heartland Championship Wrestling House Show. Thanks to everybody who came to the visit today. For our Red Sox fan, Bob B., Amish Elvis, thank you all for joining us here today. And on behalf of the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network, that's our show, and I am out of here.